Welcome back to day 2, afternoon pick me up. So how did it go the rest of yesterday and this morning? Did you pay attention and hear what you tell yourself? Did you catch how you felt when you first wake up, and what were those thoughts when you first woke up? I know for me, where I lived most of the time when I was at my unhealthiest, and even sometimes now, some of the first thoughts I have were those of scarcity and defeat and negativity. I would start my day before even getting out of bed telling myself how I don't have enough time, I didn't sleep enough, like already telling myself I was setting myself up for failure and not feeling well. And when we start that way, how great can the day go from there? I was someone who used to hit snooze a lot. I would hit snooze, and I would hit snooze for almost an hour and a half to finally, my husband's the one that stopped it because he said there was going to be some big problems in the room if I didn't stop setting the snooze and hitting it so many times. So actually, what I encourage someone who's working on their morning routine is to be honest with yourself. Snoozing, Mel Robbins has some great YouTube videos on the 5-second rule and jumping out of bed when you get up. I encourage you to check out her book, The 5-Second Rule, or like Google her on YouTube. I guess YouTube her on YouTube, because the 5-second rule is really going to help you jump out of bed. And she also talks about the science behind it and how when you're hitting snooze, you're starting 1 to 4 hour processes in your brain that you can't stop with coffee, caffeine, or jumping up. So you're making your morning harder on yourself by snoozing. So what I encourage my clients to do is look at the time you're actually getting up. If you set your alarm for 7 a.m., but you don't get out of bed until 8:15, what you're going to do tomorrow is set your alarm for 8, just 15 minutes before when you normally actually get out of bed. And stop trying to make yourself get up an hour and a half earlier. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow if you've been getting up at 9 a.m. Can you? Sure, you can get up tomorrow at 5 a.m. if you wanted. You could go to bed earlier tonight. But I want to give you some reasonable steps to take. And my first tip is to take a small baby step. Give up the hitting snooze by backing yourself up just 15 minutes. And now that you're going to actually rest more, you're going to feel a little more rested, get a little more sleep. I want you to catch yourself before you jump out of bed and catch that thought. Catch that I didn't sleep enough. Catch that negative. That's where you're first hitting that negative moment, and try to catch that so that you can change it before you get up. And the way you change it, remember I talked about yesterday, this is a workout. This is going to be a workout. It's going to take some work. But the way you change it is you do just that. You change it. You find something else to focus on. One of my favorite things is who will I get to help today? That's one of my first questions I ask myself. For you, maybe it's who will I get to make smile today? Maybe it's who will I get to see or talk to today? Who will I get to be a blessing to, whether online, on the phone, or in person, right? So just change it to a different focus. Maybe you have a cat or a dog or another pet that you love. I get to think about my cat first thing. If I don't get up when my alarm comes off, Mischief comes to me for food. So Mischief and Bandit are ready to eat, and I get to focus on them, getting to give them food, getting to change that thought pattern. So, does it have to be something big like saving the world every morning? It doesn't have to be. It can be super small, like feeding your cat, your pet, your dog, taking your dog for a walk. Just change the focus before you jump out of bed and move on. So those are my tips for day 2. Again, we're going to keep stepping it. Keep paying attention to where you're catching yourself, where you're hearing those negatives. Maybe set a little alarm on your phone to check in, twice a day. Just what am I thinking? And just start catching yourself. That's how you're going to start to learn these coachable moments that you can change for yourself. So hopefully these tips help, and you are back tomorrow for more. Again, I just want you to stop hitting snooze if you're a snoozer like I was. But I'm giving you grace. You can sleep in. Jen said you could sleep in. Just move that alarm clock back 15 minutes from the time you've actually been getting out of bed. And then when that alarm goes off, before your feet hit the ground, I want you to catch that thought and flip it to something positive, flip it to something good. So I will see you in tomorrow afternoon's Pick Me Up, and have a wonderful day.